Hang on, let me just take it. I need to find a photo of the panty bank before I can.
It's the fantastic angles of the panty bank at the moment being released.
Welcome back to the One Click Pod Crap. Today, Tyler is busy getting a drink, and we've started without him because he's beginning to piss us
he's
off.
a bit of a
Hang
twat.
on. Hello.
He's-
Hello. What?
Hello, Tyler.
Hello,
Good
we
to see
started
you.
without you.
Oh.
So this hideous experience of a pod crap today is going to be basically us wanking off Phantasialand.
Passionately wanking off Phantasialand.
The backstory here is, it's getting on for a month ago at the time of recording. We went to Phantasialand basically on a whim, having impulse booked it about 3 weeks prior.
Pretty much.
We went for a day. We spent the night in the Mackeys in Cologne Airport. I can't say I recommend it.
Bad idea. Don't do that.
A fun bit of trivia for you. We spent longer in that McDonald's than the average Alton Towers opening day. So...
More trivia, we spent longer in that McDonald's than we did at Phantasialand.
I think we might have done, yeah.
Before we even start with the park, I think we should start with the journey.
Yes, our flight was from Stansted. I found out I could get a £12 train to Stansted. Tyler found out he could get about £30 train to Stansted.
Going via Portsmouth, yes.
Yes, and
I
Jay
was
about
about
the
to
same.
buy the £15 train to Stansted, and then it went up to £67.
Yes, so Jay got a coach instead.
Yes.
His coach already arrived. It arrived before our train
My
did anyway.
coach arrived at 6 p.m. at Stansted Airport.
We were meant to arrive at about 9:30. However, the underground train we took went directly underneath Hyde Park, so we went for an obligatory ride on Olympia looping and didn't tell him. We then arrived about an hour later than planned and blamed it on shit trains and then being delayed.
Side note, if anyone who is visiting Stansted Airport would like an entire detailed floor plan of every corridor, toilet and facility in the entire building, please let me know. I spent 6 hours there.
We then got on a plane the next day, which was flown by Ryanair, which was our first mistake.
Honestly, aside from... Well, actually half the people ended up on the wrong plane.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened.
They boarded the Cologne flight onto a Berlin plane, and I'm not sure how they achieved that, but there you go.
Wouldn't it be easier to just swap the pilots?
Yeah, probably, but there you go. Shit happens.
I didn't know destinations were pilot specific. They only know how to fly to Berlin and nowhere else.
There's an RAF joke in there
So, yeah.
somewhere.
Yes.
For fuck's sake. Anyway, we got on the flappy thing and we went to Germany.
We landed in Cologne, got 2 trains and a bus for about €8 each, and wound up at Phantasialand entrance at about 11:30 in the morning.
Can't forget
We did
our interesting experience in Cologne Central, where we nearly ended up in Wuppertal.
Oh, we did. We
We
actually
did
got
nearly
on a
wind up
train.
in Wuppertal because those 2 retards didn't listen to me when I said, no, this train doesn't go to Brühl, it goes to Wuppertal, but there we were, sitting on the train that went to fucking Wuppertal.
We did get off though, so it's
Retards.
fine.
We got off eventually
We caught
and
ourselves
then ran
pretty
to the
quickly, yeah.
train. And then we got to Phantasialand. We'll do it in order of creds we did, I reckon, is a good idea.
Yep.
Or rides we did.
Yes.
So we started off with Crazy Bat.
Oh boy, here's some opinions.
That was
I
awesome.
think it's safe to say our expectations were somewhere on the floor in a 3rd floor basement of a building. We were expecting it to be shit.
Yeah.
I was debating even doing the VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
so
that's
happy
better.
I did because
Yeah.
that was awesome.
So happy.
The
I
VR
did.
was excellent. It was good quality. You could hear it. The not really a story, but what went on was great fun. There are a few incredibly clever effects in there.
It shits all over Archibald and the Ghost Train.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's the first VR experience I've done where it actually worked.
I did take my headset off for about 5 seconds in the middle of the ride. I can indeed confirm you can see nothing.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah, it's
is black.
fucking pitch black.
And it's a 5-minute ride, and it's an incredibly boring coaster. Like the hardware is shit.
Apparently there never was any lighting in there even when it wasn't VR.
Yeah, that was the fun. Fun
Fun.
was that it was an entirely black coaster. and it was the world's longest indoor coaster.
It might be one of the most bland and boring layouts on any steel coaster on the planet.
Flat turn, flat turn, flat turn, flat turn, lift hill, flat turn, flat turn, flat turn, flat turn, lift hill, flat turn. It's shit.
But the VR made it one of honestly, it's in my top 50. It's so good. It's beaten Revolution at Bobbejaanland, and that's ridiculously high.
I've got Revolution above it. I like
It is above Revolution for me as well.
Yeah, and the last time I checked, I had Revolution at about 45.
Wow, it's a long way up.
Yeah.
That's yeah, it was quite good. Did we talk about the part where it drifts? We didn't talk about the drifting.
Bit, we didn't.
Spoiler. We did the spoiler alarm.
Wee woo. But yeah, there is a part where it uses the bank turn of the coaster to simulate a sideways drift, and an eventual backward section.
It goes fully backwards.
It's spectacularly well done.
It was
and it
so
didn't.
good.
If VR is just slightly off, I will begin to feel dizzy. But that was literally no problem with it.
Yeah.
It was flawless.
I could see it resyncing at points as well.
Yeah.
So good.
It was quite clever.
The smartest thing they did with that, they didn't have any dialogue in it.
Yeah.
That was good.
So it wasn't just German.
Clever.
Yeah,
It was just bats making funny noises at you.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I think the only thing I didn't like was the sort of station loop that they played with like the sneezing bat, and that was it.
Oh, I loved it.
It was funny, and then I saw it for like the 40th time, and I was like, okay, cool. What's he gonna do now? Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you again.
Do you think it does that? Do you think it does that all the time, or was it a bug?
I don't know, but
No, that's the station.
That's
loop.
actually the loop.
That's it. Until it dispatches, that's your
That's
fucking lot, mate.
remarkable.
yeah, but Crazy Bats was honestly one of the sleeper hits of Phantasialand.
Yeah.
So what did we do after that? Was it
Winges?
Winges? Yes.
We did the shit one first, and I can't remember its name. Is it Force?
Right.
Shit.
Force is the bad one.
Force is the bad one. We did Force first. Force is an average Mora spinner.
Well, yeah, by bad we
With-
mean the worst.
With a
of the
couple
two.
of funky bits.
By bad, we mean it's out of the two, it's not Fear.
Fear is spectacular.
Yes.
Although,
Ooh,
spoiler alarm, beep, 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 beep.
Some fucking parrots. Oh no.
What was I going to say? Oh, oops.
I don't know.
Fear.
Spoilers.
Fear, yes. Spoiler. I prefer the special track on Force, the one that tilts you sideways,
Yes.
as opposed to the
I agree with
seesaw
that.
on Fear. Because
Yeah,
the-
that's fair.
But everything else on Fear is better.
Everything else on Fear is better. Although I do, again, on Force, I also really like the wiggles up the top, like the wiggles.
Yeah.
The wiggles. As the car unlocks, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I know you're right.
I think it's important to say none of them are bad.
I
Yeah,
tell you what
none
I
of them are
like. I
bad.
think the best bit outside of the trick track on Winges in general is on Fear, just after the trick track, is ridiculously snappy, quick transitions with a bit of airtime and some lats and some good spinning, and I just like that bit.
And the bouncy
I
track.
have no idea what goes on because it's completely dark.
Yeah.
Are you talking
Well, it's not
about
completely
the spring
dark.
track at the end?
It's pretty dark, and it just kind of happened. And I was like, "Oh fucking hell, that was cool," but I don't know what it was. The bounce tracks on the brake run are fantastic.
Yeah,
if
They're
you're
not
not
on the-
expecting those.
But they're not on the brake run.
They're after the brake run.
I can't remember if they're before or after, but
They're on the return to the station after
Yeah.
the final brake run.
Yeah, they're after the phone break.
But they're great.
Yeah.
I like them. They're the best trick tracks, I reckon.
yeah.
Very
Mara
unique.
did something right.
Well done, Mara. Well done.
Woo!
That's your lot, though. They haven't done anything right since or before. What did we do next? We did Chiapas next.
Was that after the Winges?
No,
Yeah.
no, we didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, we legged it and did Chiapas.
did we?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did.
Chiapas.
We did. Yeah,
Chiapas
we
is
did.
fucking outstanding.
Chiapas is awesome.
For the people who say, "Ooh, Valhalla's one of the best water rides in the world," go fuck yourself. Go ride Chiapas.
I mean-
That's what the best water ride in the world looks like.
I mean, Valhalla's still good.
Valhalla is wank. It's
It's good.
fucking terrible. If it were in a hot country, it would be fine. But it's in Blackpool.
That doesn't affect the ride.
Yes, it does. Because it tries to drown you, and then you walk out into sunny Blackpool and
It
freeze to
should
death.
be noted to our audience that Tom here is scared of water, so take his water ride opinions with a grain of salt.
Chiapas is in my top 10 of all time.
Yeah,
Carry
because he
on.
didn't get wet on Chiapas.
We did when we were lumped with a boat of three
Actually,
other
yeah,
people.
we did get
We
quite
got
moist on
quite
that last
fucking
ride.
damp then, and it was in December.
Still a good ride though.
It's a fucking outstanding ride. It has one of the best ride soundtracks I've ever encountered.
Dun, 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 dun.
The theming of it is amazing. You wouldn't know how tight the footprint was on it unless you looked.
There's a little area of path down by Chiapas where you could look up and see like 4 layers of track, and then look down and see another 2. It's impressive.
It's awesome.
The shot of from the bridge between Chiapas and Klugheim, the shot of Chiapas's drop up to Black Mamba is by quite some way my favourite theme park view, full stop, ever, of anything.
Yeah,
visited
it's
or not.
spectacular.
It's stunning. It's so well designed.
Chiapas.
What did we do after Chiapas?
Really good.
We did we did Colorado Misadventure, I believe.
Yeah, we did Colorado because we couldn't find the entrance.
So Colorado Adventure.
Yeah, Colorado Adventure was
Was a hell of a lot of fun.
It is the third ride at Phantasialand that's the best in its class.
Yeah, it's my number 1 mine train by a significant margin.
Yeah,
It has
same.
ejector. Why does it have ejector airtime?
Because we were in the back row.
There's that one turn. There's that one cursed turn towards the end.
You can touch so much concrete
I
at
think
such
it's
great speed
literally
on that
90-degree bank.
I forgot my clearance gloves again.
Yeah, the clearance gloves are just a meme at this point because you haven't worn them once.
I'll take them one
Literally
day.
never worn them.
It's because no one reminds me.
You'll have to take the clearance gloves to Colorado Adventure because holy
Yeah.
shit, there are some spicy clearance.
I need to
fails
take
on
my
that.
clearance. I need to take a clearance gauntlet for that thing.
I wouldn't use my own arm honestly because you'd lose most of it.
Honestly, just wear full armour.
Just chainmail.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good transitions, hilarious fun.
The nonce thrill Michael Jackson thrill ride. Sorry.
We don't talk
is
about that part.
Fucking extraordinary. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm a little bit sad we didn't do that again, but
We should have. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's a very good night ride.
yeah,
as
we'll just have to go back.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, that's not really
Oh,
a
well.
major issue.
No.
So what was after Colorado? Was it Mamba?
Black
Mamba.
Mamba.
Black Nemesis.
It's better Nemesis.
No,
is what
it's
it is.
not better Nemesis. It's what Nemesis Inferno should have been.
This is opinion that I've told a lot of people and pissed a lot of people off with, but it's better than Nemesis and it's better than Osiris, as far as I'm concerned.
My opinion is it's exactly the same as Nemesis.
I prefer Nemesis only because the flow of Nemesis is much more unique, whereas the flow of Mamba is the same as a lot of other B&M inverts.
If you're going
that's the main reason.
purely layout based, Nemesis is better.
Yeah.
But unlike Nemesis, Black Mamba is actually themed, and it's themed well.
I mean, you can't say Nemesis isn't themed.
I can.
He just doesn't understand the theme.
It's,
Understand the
he
storyline.
doesn't have a high enough IQ to understand the theme of the Nemesis.
You don't understand that it's a feminist icon.
Oh.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
No, Nemesis is not themed. It is themed, just not on the level of Black Mamba.
Well, no.
Yeah.
But Black Mamba is so extraordinarily well themed that it just makes it that much better.
The front
as far
row
as I'm
ride we had
concerned.
was awesome at night.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
It's
something
at
else.
night.
It's
as
got
well.
the terrain interactions that Nemesis has, but then it's also got the path interactions that Nemesis has, and it's got the building and theming and glow-in-the-dark animal interactions that Nemesis does not have.
So give Nemesis some glow-in-the-dark animals and you're set.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
That'll do it.
Alright, towers, take note.
You can fix a Nemesis by simply adding a layer of fog over the pit with red lights underneath.
That
Yeah.
would do it, yeah.
That's all you need to do.
But then imagine doing the same thing in Black Mamba.
Yeah.
Be equally as good.
But yeah,
Yes.
the point is, good invert, good fun.
Yeah, very good.
Excellent invert. Fucking outstanding. So what did we do? Oh, we did Tyler's favourite after Black Mamba. We did Rake.
I'm sorry, as much as I like this park, this coaster is arse.
Yeah, Rake was
is
shit.
shit. It's
Yeah.
fine forwards.
It's acceptable forwards.
And then it doesn't use the kicker wheels that it has installed to make it better backwards. And I don't know why. I suspect it's so kids don't come off it shitting their pants crying. But
I'm sorry, but if you were a child and you come off that ride shitting your pants, you need to be aborted.
hang on.
That's just execution.
Wait, is it a bit late for
by
that?
this point?
That's the death sentence, Jay. Not quite got that one.
But yeah, it was. I'd probably enjoy it more if the restraints weren't so shit. But
Yeah.
those restraints did not like me. Those ops did not like me. They practically jumped on me.
Fucking stood on
I
you.
got stapled.
The computer said you were too fat to fit.
Yeah.
That's why he came up
Yeah.
and stapled
He just
them.
jumped on me. No, I'm just long. I'm big boned.
Computer says no.
Yeah, but it's. There's a thing though.
It's fine.
I didn't have. Tyler.exe has stopped working. Oh bollocks!
Fuck me, man. Come on.
I'm not very good at this.
Spit it out.
I haven't had that issue on Velociraptor, and we did that in September, and it's
Different trains, slightly different restraints.
aren't they identical?
They're identical. I think, actually, I
was fine on Okie Dokie, and I was fine on Velociraptor, and I was fine.
I think
on
the issue is
Ben 10.
like it's the same restraint, but I think on Rake they lock a lot lower.
I think you might be right. I think the Germans do something funny with it.
Yeah.
That might make sense then.
I'm not sure exactly what. Although I do know there are at least 2 different versions of the restraints on those trains, because the ones on Okie Dokie and the ones on one of the other ones, I can't remember which, are different.
It's K2 and Okie Dokie had different restraints.
Yes, that's true. Who knows? Who cares? It's a bit of a crap ride that I'm not going to rush back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it time for the main event?
Yes.
I think it is.
No, we did Mystery Castle. Let's do that first. Let's save Terran to the end.
Yeah, we'll save Taran.
Yeah, just so everyone listening has to keep listening. All 2 of our audience.
Mystery Castle is a bit shit.
Interesting thing about Mystery Castle. I assumed afterwards that we had the short cycle. Turns out we had the long cycle.
Yeah. Well, I think there are 3 cycles, is the impression I get. There's a mega wank cycle, there's a wank cycle, and there's a good cycle. We got the wank cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the looks of it, the mega wank cycle doesn't even get to the top of the tower.
This ride has a lot of wasted potential.
It does. The drop and the launch and everything on it are excellent.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Intamin out SNS.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's not hard, is it?
Yeah. Well, Cliffhanger would like a word.
Cliffhanger.
I'll see.
Just you wait.
Yeah, Mystery Castle was okay, but could be a lot better with its improvements.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of tell from the queue as well. It was from a time where Phantasialand weren't necessarily on point with their theming like they are now, since maybe Woo's Town era.
It could do with a bit of a refresh, but
it could
not removal, because it's nice.
There was one big fuck off theming element that was in there just before the batch room that impressed me.
Oh, the
pipe
machine
thing. Yeah.
Whatever that thing was, but the rest of it was just like...
I didn't quite understand the theme, though.
Which is kind of the same for the ride. Yeah, Mystery Castle, fine. Could be
Again,
better.
all they need to do is put a fog layer in the middle of the tower.
Yeah, we fixed it in a chat we had.
You can fix a
at some
lot
point.
of rides by adding some cheap fog. It's like the flex tape of the coaster industry.
Moving on then.
Sawed a Mystery Castle in half. We looked at RiverQuest. RiverQuest was shut, so we carried on.
It smells of poo around there. Which leads us nicely to
Bog
review.
Yes. Phantasialand is home of the best toilet that I've ever had the pleasure of taking a shit in.
This toilet is beyond anything I have seen
Apparently
anywhere
it
else
wasn't
in the
even
world.
working to its full potential the day we went either. I think it's meant to have audio.
It has audio?
But the speakers were bricked. But either way round, it was
spectacular.
it was modern plumbing in a medieval toilet, and it was fucking amazing.
It was
It is
pretty cool.
one of the greatest bowls I have ever had the honour of shitting into.
The one outside Japas, though, wasn't as grand
That was a little bit basic, wasn't it? Yeah, but yeah, it was still a perfectly serviceable bog.
Yeah.
Nah, the Klugheim toilets were quite
I
something.
didn't even need a shit, and it was so well themed it made me have one. That's how good this toilet is.
They are quite something, the Klugheim bogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stairs that go down to them are a little bit of a death trap if it's rained. Fair warning.
There was a bit of a whiff around there as well.
That's just European plumbing, though, isn't it?
That entire area stinks of shit.
Yeah.
No, it's just a European plumbing thing.
I don't think it does, Tyler. I think you're being very heavily opinionated against European plumbing here, and I don't agree with it.
I've spent a lot of time in Spain.
Yeah,
You can't use Spain as an example for Europe. Okay, so yeah, that was bog review done.
Bog review was fun.
Is it time for the main event?
No. Talakan.
Oh, well, I forgot.
No, it's
Talakan.
not. Talakan.
Oh, Talakan is a bit overrated.
No,
but
it's
still
not.
very good.
It's really good.
It's still very good, but it's not God's gift to man.
If you ride it at night, it's very good.
To be fair, yeah.
We got lucky. We got night front row.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It
thing
was-
I do dislike one thing about this ride, and that's that I think both the rows should face forwards.
Location of the entrance.
It's very much. If you get the back row, you've got a worse experience.
Yeah.
It's that easy. I think I enjoy watching Talakan more than I enjoy riding it.
Yeah, that whole ride is just an experience.
It's a fucking stunning setup with all the fire.
Actually,
and the
that's
fountains
something
and
I would
blasting the
like to
soundtrack.
add for a few other rides here, especially Colorado Adventure. Their entrances are quite shit.
They're buried in the arse of the park, aren't they?
Yeah, they are quite hard to find, aren't they?
The entrance for Talakan basically backs onto the main street, back onto
Yeah.
Berlin, which is a bit odd.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because that's kind of where it has to be, so they get space for the queue.
Yeah, but you
'cause
walk
that
around.
area is so tight. But like,
They should have turned it round and have the queue run round the back of it,
yeah,
up like the top.
I just find it a bit stupid that you run around the front of a ride expecting to get on and then realise, oh wait, the
and
entrance is around the back.
you have to go to its arse to find it. Yeah, it's not quite right, but you know. So Taran
Taran is very good.
is excellent.
Taran is my number 2.
Taran is fantastic.
Taran is my number 2.
Taran is my number 2.
Ooh,
What's it your number 2 after, Jay?
Steel Vengeance.
Wow, what's yours, Tyler?
Helix.
Amazing.
And yours, Tom?
Tiger is my number 1. That's the kind of level Taran resides on.
Right, in keeping with the name of this podcast, I tried to get some significant room on Taran and it actually scared me.
It's terrifying. Getting room on Taran is shit scary.
Do not get too much room on Taran or you might get rosied.
Yeah,
You might lose your head.
probably would.
There was one moment where I was pretty much standing up off the
Yes.
the first airtime hill
Yep.
down
Yeah,
into
that
the
was
dive
good.
under the house. I was
Yeah.
standing up with my arms in the air. It
I
was
had-
very, very close
I
to
had
the,
to-
the building around me.
I had to take a moment to
Yeah.
look around and make sure I was still in the train before I carried on. It's a fantastic. There's a lot more airtime there than you would think, that is for sure.
Yeah.
There's airtime in places that there shouldn't legally be airtime.
It somehow pulls airtime on a rolling transition.
Yeah, a few times as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I was not expecting sort of to be yeeted sideways and also
There
be
is a
kind of
significant
flung round.
quantity of lateral folding going on.
There is one very specific transition, I've forgotten exactly where it is, but it fucks you up
There's
every single
two.
time.
There's 3 that folded me on multiple occasions. The first one is the first overbank off the launch.
Oh yeah, the straight away.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
got me a couple times.
No, the one that got me was the one after the hill. The one after the first airtime hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that did it.
Yeah.
That's
There was
insane.
a ridiculous yank transition after the second launch. And the return into the brake run.
Anyone who complains about Raptor's final brake run transition needs to ride Terran.
To be fair
Yeah.
though, Raptor over the shoulder restraints.
Yes,
Mm.
Terran, you have nothing. You have no side bracing, you have fuck all, and you are just being removed sideways from the vehicle instantly.
you have your ribs and that's it,
Yeah.
but not for long.
They don't do a very good job of keeping
But
you
it was,
upright.
I think, was it
No.
the first ride or like the second ride? I got folded so much I ended up in your lap on the final.
Yes, yeah,
the
that
final
was the
break.
one.
I hit my head on your lap bar.
Yeah, we did second ride. We were back row or something like that.
Yeah.
The first ride, the brake run transition didn't really do anything, and then the
'Cause we were
second
front
one,
row.
you suddenly were in my fucking lap.
Yeah, that was
It's
spectacular.
just like, what are you doing over here? This is not meant to happen.
Taron is also spectacularly good at night. Like, that
Night
is-
rides with the fire show on Chiapas going off in
Oh
the
my
rain
God.
on the back row is peak Phantasialand. That's
during winter tram lighting.
yes, it's very nice, very very nice.
Also,
It's
that
subtle,
was
but it's
glorious.
amazing.
It should be noted that we got to see this thing in turbo mode.
We did also see this thing in turbo mode, and it was
Yeah.
basically running at turbo mode speed come the end of the night because it had been raining
Yeah,
so much.
it was hauling ass.
At least in the second half, yeah.
Yeah. I think the only things that irritate me about Taron is the dead spot in the first half,
Yeah.
and the other thing I'd thought of earlier that I can't remember at the moment.
Which dead spot?
It's like a 270-degree flat turn that doesn't really pull any positives.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, just before you do the S-bends into the second
Oh,
launch.
that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
That
bit
bit's
crap.
a little bit like.
I
But
understand.
then you get absolutely shit mixed by the second launch
I
and
don't
everything's fine. from
agree
there
with
on
the
in.
ending in the way that I understand why they've trimmed it because you would literally die on the last transition. But I think
Get fucked.
because of the trim they should have made that second airtime hill a bit sharper.
Potentially, but then at the same time, I think it's a space thing because I think there's track underneath that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a
That
reason.
actually, no, I know there's track underneath.
I think
that,
it's
'cause
rake.
It's called the first launch.
Oh, isn't it? I thought it was rake.
I don't know if rake makes it. Oh no, it does
Or is
make
that-
it over there actually. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of just stuff.
And there's this consistent moment on the final brake run if you're in the back row where the train behind you flies over your head like inches away from the other train, and it's brilliant.
That is awesome.
It's the best. It's one of the only times I'm completely okay with stacking on a brake run on a ride is on Taron
Yeah.
because I know a train's about to go straight over your
Yeah.
head.
And there's so much to look at as well. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was sat next to a single rider on one of the night rides in like some of the heaviest rain, and I counted about 37 fucks from this person, and not a single other word, even on the brake run. He was sat in silence. He was literally sat in silence, just saying "fuck" over and over again, staring into space.
My single rider experience that I remember was the last ride we had, and I was trying to explain to some German bloke that I wanted to sit on the left side.
Oh, I remember watching you.
Trying to choose the seats.
Yeah, and he let me, and I just basically had to explain I'm not from here. I want to sit on the left. Do you want to go in front of me? And he was like,
Did you say
"Yeah,
it
I'm
in
riding
English?
with you. I'm single rider." Yeah, but
Oh.
broken
Oh,
English.
no.
I was like, "Yeah, I know you're a single rider. I know you're riding with me. But I want to go on the left." But it was absolutely worth it because that was the best ride I had on it. The last ride we did.
Taron, it's from my experience with the two Intamin blitzes I've done, is it's left side or fuck off.
Yeah.
Both Taron and Tiger there is a marked difference between the left and the right. It's odd.
Wait, no, it's
it
not odd.
makes
It's
sense.
because of the offset chassis.
It's because of the offset pivot on the chassis.
Yeah.
I think.
You get more of
Yeah.
a rotational lats on one side compared to the other.
You do. You
Yeah.
get some proper fucking yonk. You get some really funky rotational airtime thing
Yeah.
that I love.
Yeah. And Taron has just made me even more excited to go and do Tiger at some point soon.
Yeah, same.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger is the thing that I need. Cool, that was fun.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was alright.
So that's Phantasialand, basically. All the major rides, anyway. It's my favourite theme park on the planet that I've been to.
Same.
It's my number one park, and I've been to Cedar Point.
Yep, it's ridiculously good. It's meticulously themed, virtually everywhere.
They put real snow down on the paths.
They did, yeah,
Yeah.
and they topped it up throughout the day.
Yeah, it's insane.
ridiculous. Madness.
Are we going to do a brief segment on the return from Phantasialand?
We can do a brief segment on the return. Yeah,
We sat in a McDonald's for about 9 hours, basically.
Oh, it was shit. Don't do
Oh, yeah.
that. Don't be a tight ass and think, yeah, I can slum it in an airport for 9 hours.
I think I
just
recall
get to
some
hotel.
FIFA playing at some point.
You did go and play FIFA. The airport, Cologne Airport, weirdly has Xboxes knocking about. I think they were.
Yeah, we're
With
shit at
on them.
FIFA. We are really
You are
shit
wanky.
at
We are
at
really bad at
FIFA.
FIFA, yeah. So if we ever do a gaming segment for anything on this channel, it's
not
never
gonna
going to be FIFA.
It's not going to involve FIFA. Yeah, that's Phantasialand. I would thoroughly recommend it to literally anyone, and for anyone who says otherwise, it is in fact better than a Disney park.
Yeah, Disney's fucking
In literally
shit.
every regard.
I don't like
Disney isn't shit, but
I don't like
Phantasialand
Disney.
shits all over Disney.
The world would be a better place without Disney.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end.
end.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that crap.
Fuck off. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.